Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
So I'm hearing Domino's makes a pretty mean Philly cheesesteak pizza, and I figured now's a good time to finally go in to see if it's true. And let me just say, I'm absolutely loving how deliciously luscious this looks right now on top of the aroma in my car. I'm gonna have a very hard time keeping my camera lens from fogging up, I think. Feast your eyes on the Philly cheesesteak pizza from Domino's. It's got a nice little blend of American cheese and provolone, and of course all the other goodies you'd expect on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. We've got, of course, the Philly steak. We've got green peppers, mushrooms, onions, and I have to say, guys, the smell is glorious. All on top of their hand-tossed crust here. This is a medium, and I gotta say, plenty of that aroma to go around, plenty of all the goodies on top to go around, and I'm really digging the nice thinness of this crust actually too. It's actually really nice and toasted right there. But beautifully done, I have to say, sliced up nicely, and the smell, like I said, is glorious. Just feast your eyes on that, guys. Again, Philly cheesesteak goodness on the top of a Domino's pizza. Very nicely done so far in the presentation department. Let's see how it is in the flavor department. Guys, as you've heard me say throughout this close-up already, it's the Philly cheesesteak pizza here at Domino's. Let's peep out this flavor. Yeah, buddy, definitely a beautiful presentation, and it all sits on that nicely hand-tossed crust. Let's dive in. It's the Philly cheesesteak pizza from Domino's. Oh man. Oh man. Right off the bat, that provolone is very strong. It really gets you in the very back, guys. It's very pasty and it's got a light saltiness to it, but the flavor is very rich. I really like that. And the way that it combos very nicely with the hand-tossed crust on top of it. And that's not saying anything about the steak just yet, which I have to admit is very flavorful as well. Let's keep going. This is really delicious so far. Oh yeah, this is super rich. That provolone is coming through ridiculous. I don't know if this really does have American cheese, even though it's on the ingredients list, but I have to admit, guys, the provolone, an easy highlight on this, and it goes so amazingly well again with the crust itself. It's worth it just for that. Melted provolone and the nice crispness of that hand-tossed crust, really, really great. Let's start off by taking a look at the bottom of this one here, guys, because it really is a very nicely done hand-tossed crust to really set this one off. And then when you pair it up with the flavorfulness of that provolone cheese, that is just an incredibly delicious combination all by itself. Of course, the steak is coming through. Haven't quite gotten to the mushrooms and the green peppers and the onions just yet, but I think that's because of the flavorfulness of that provolone cheese really being as strong as it is. But you know what? Upon closer inspection, I actually have all of the ingredients this one has to offer right there on that one bite on the side. So let's get that full picture. Here we go. This rocks. Oh my God, this rocks. The mushrooms and the onions in that bite were a little on the light side in terms of flavor because this really is a provolone and steak show on top of the actual hand-tossed crust, but they add a lot of nice goodness to this pizza, guys. And hey, being a Philly cheesesteak themed pizza, you'd expect them to be there, so I'm really glad that they actually have a pretty decent amount of that stuff on here. But like I said, if you love provolone cheese, you are gonna love this pizza because it is super rich with it. And as I'm getting to the back of the first slice, I'm actually getting a nice buttery garlic type of flavor as well. I really like the fact that they're adding a little bit of extra on top of what you'd expect from a Philly cheese. So that's a nice little send-off when you get to the very back of that slice. There's a pretty even mix of toppings throughout here, but some slices do have a little bit more than others. So I think they're gonna be relying mostly on the provolone to really carry this one. And then if you're gonna get little bits of anything else along the way, that's the bonus. But as you can see here, this particular slice has got a decent amount of steak on the back with all the other ingredients kind of spread out throughout. And then naturally, you're getting all of that crust action right there as well, guys. And again, the very back of it has got that garlic buttery goodness. That is really a nice send-off for the hand-tossed version of this, and I'd highly recommend you get it that way. Really very delicious stuff. I'm so glad that I checked this one out right now, and I'm only sorry I didn't do it sooner, but I'm glad that I finally did. So let's jump right to the rating, because obviously I think you guys know I like this pizza, right? So with that said, I'm gonna have to give the Philly cheesesteak pizza here at Domino's a rock solid 9.5 out of 10. My only wish is that some of the ingredients were just a little bit more spread out so it was a little bit more even, but other than that, what is there really does satisfy. And while the mushrooms and onions don't really come up too much compared to the cheese and the steak, I don't think you'll miss that too much considering the overall flavor. And again, when you get to the very end, you've got got that garlic buttery goodness on that crust to really finish it off. Very well done. But the obvious question is, do you think it's well done? Based upon my review right now, what do you guys think of the Philly Cheesesteak Pizza here at Domino's? Drop some comments down below. How do you think it compares to some of the other pizzas you may have seen from the other guys with the Philly theme? Definitely drop those comments down below. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So while you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon, in the meantime, stay frosty. Okay, now I might have to swing on back and give this one a shot with that pan-style crust, because if this one was as good as it is as is, I can only imagine what a flaky, buttery type of crust can bring to the party with this. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.